Before I start my reflection, I'd like to continue to encourage our parishioners to continue to keep in our prayers our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. And also, as a small gesture of solidarity, our diocese will be taking up a second collection in all Masses on March 20th, the third Sunday of Lent, for Ukraine. We will send our total collection to Catholic Extension, who will then submit our help directly to our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. And so thank you in advance for your generosity. Our gospel for this first Sunday of Lent, we come across Luke's account of the temptation of Jesus. This particular episode clearly expresses the solidarity of Jesus with us. And this account sheds some light on our own experience of being tempted and of being put to the test. St. Luke places the episode of the temptation right after the baptism of Jesus at the Jordan and the start of his public ministry. Luke puts this episode after narrating that scene at the River Jordan, where Jesus is called the Beloved Son, is filled with the Holy Spirit, and then begins to carry out his mission. And so the temptation of Jesus is something that we probably would not have expected. Especially at this point of the story, we would have expected that the Son of God, the Beloved Son, the one filled with the Spirit and sent on a mission, would have been spared from experiencing temptations, from undergoing tests and trials, from facing tribulations. Because isn't this how we sometimes think? Isn't this our logic at times? When we find ourselves facing tests and trials, temptations and tribulations, do we not at times turn to God, question Him, and ask Him why? I strive to be faithful to you, O Lord. I try to be good. I do my best to serve. I pray. Why is this happening to me? Why this test? And why this trial? And the temptation of Jesus in the desert shows us that being the beloved Son, being filled with the Holy Spirit, and being sent on a mission, which, it must be pointed out, are the three fundamental elements of our Christian baptism. They do not remove the temptations, the tests and trials in life, but on the contrary, they seem to inaugurate an existence that is constantly put to the test. The answer that God gives us to the question of pain and suffering is His own Son. He gives up His Son for us. His Son who is human like us, who is in solidarity with us, who knows what it means to grow hungry, to be tempted, and to face tests and trials in life. When we realize that the Lord is one with us, that He knows that what we are going through, since He Himself has experienced it, then while we do not find an answer for our minds, we nevertheless find an answer that gives us strength and courage. There may not be an answer from God to explain why we face tests and trials in life, but in Jesus Christ, God has certainly come to fill these moments of testing with His presence. And this is what Jesus is telling us that we must do. We who face temptations, tests, and trials in life, we must place our trust, our faith in God and in His Word, so that we can overcome the temptations and tribulations in our day-to-day living. Have a blessed Lenten season, and God bless you.